When you think of sports and Edmonton, the name that comes to mind immediately is Wayne Gretzky. His statue stands outside Rexall Place, home of the Edmonton Oilers, the National Hockey League. You know, he began his professional hockey career in Indianapolis. Yep, as a member of the Indianapolis Racers of the World Hockey Association. But he made his real mark and put up his big numbers in Edmonton. 4 Stanley Cups, 8 MVP awards, and a record 92 goals in the 81-82 season. Scott Dixon is hoping to put up his historic number today in Edmonton. If he wins, he'll break his tie with Sam Hornish Jr. and become the all-time winningest driver in IndyCar Series history. Here's Jack Arut's in-color interview with Scott.
If someone said to you, Scott Dixon is an enigma, hard to get a handle on, how would you answer them?
I think, it definitely takes a little while to get to know me. I think people that do know me, I'm not an arrogant prick. I'm just shy, and I definitely am. I think it's been the upbringing from New Zealand. Everybody's kind of quite quiet down there. Nobody's really outspoken. They try and always let results or things they do in their life speak for themselves, opposed to just sort of blabbing it out there.
Americans aren't as used to it as South Americans and guys from down under are. That in some respects you had to syndicate yourself to pursue your passion. Number one, how difficult was that? And then more importantly, when did the syndication stop and you start to enjoy some of the financial rewards that come with where you're at now?
I'd say it must be about 3 or 4 years ago I finally
Really?
finished,
that late?
Yeah, finally finished paying off the investors and brought out Scott Dixon Motorsport, it was called, in New Zealand. And they got definitely a healthy payout, but it was the only way that I could continue and my family can continue. My parents definitely remortgaged houses. They did as much as they could till I was about 16 or 17. And it was actually Dad that came up with the idea, him and another person, Peter Johnston and Craig Harris, that came up with it and actually raised the money. And without that situation, it never would have happened. So you got to look back at it and be grateful for the people, putting their hands in their pockets, because I guess 9 times out of 10, those people ain't going to get their money back. It's just a perfect scenario for all of us.
I wonder, 3 years ago, you had experienced a lot of success up to 3 years ago. Did you ever have a tough time and go, when is all this going to be over, to where I can begin to financially get on my feet? Was there a moment there as you started to experience success? You're not 15 anymore.
Yeah, no, and that was the hardest part. The things you sign yourself up for at a younger age. It's very hard to get out of. And at that stage, you're like, yeah, I don't care. I just want to race, blah blah blah. But you do grow up. You do realize what monies are coming in. And when you see the majority of it going straight back out to some other group, it makes it tough.
As we talk, well-spoken, kind of low-key, and then you get in that race car and you're at full song, the octave in your voice goes up, I don't know if it's fair to say you get emotional, but you certainly get assertive.
Yeah.
Are you aware of that?
I think all of us, once you put the helmet on, man, it's just complete rage. It's just trying to control it is probably the toughest part.
Do you consciously try to control it when you're in the cockpit of the car?
I think for me, that's maybe where I have quite a good sense of, realizing when I need to just calm down a bit. And, I am quite laid back, so I think for me it's harder to work myself up. But, yeah, it's rage a lot of times.
So Scott Dixon wants to win. Where is the line for Scott Dixon where it becomes win at all costs?
It can't always be your day. You can't have a season every year like we did last year. The competition level is through the roof, and I love to win, so I love trying to beat the best people at it.
And Scott Dixon won here a year ago, and he won the championship last year. He comes into this year's event second in the championship, just 2 points behind his teammate, Dario Franchitti. Scott, you're going to start fourth today. Dario's right behind you. Ryan Briscoe, the other championship contender, is right in front of you. Are you starting to be cognizant of where the other championship contenders are during a race?
You kind of are. I think you got to treat it still as just a single race weekend. You got to go out and try and do what you always do and win. And you know, we started in the 4th position last year, so you know, hopefully we can come through with the target car and you know, gain some more points. But definitely with the 3 Penske's up in front, you know, might be a little team tactics going on, and it's going to be pretty crazy, I think. But so we just got to, as a team, try and work out how we're going to jump at least 1 or 2 of those guys and try and go for the win at the end.
That's what I wondered about. With those 3 in front of you, how difficult is it going to be, not just to get by one of them, but to try to jump all 3?
Well, and you know, at the moment, you know, Alio can definitely still win the championship if you do it mathematically, but you know, Ryan's kind of the only one that's close at the moment, and you know, the other 2 might try and you know, play a little bit of blocking or things like that. But you know, hopefully it doesn't come down to that. You know, those guys are all going to try and go out for a win as well. But you know, hopefully you know, the target number 9 on the Vaseline car of Dario can come through at the end and get on the podium.
Good luck today.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
That's your defending champion and the defending race winner, Scott Dixon.